The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by these fine sponsors. Hear Rich's forecast hourly on these Blue Water Broadcasting radio stations.
Hey everybody, good morning on this Thursday, which would make it Friday Eve. It's the 8th day of September. My name is Rich. My trusty dog Bailey is right there. She is every morning. We'll go for a walk in a little while, Bailey. And I'm glad you're here this morning. We're going to update your weekend forecast, which includes a frontal system slipping into the state. Now, that'll affect part of the weekend. What about the rain chances? We need some rain. Will it affect your plans, and how much rain coming in? We'll look at that. Also, yesterday I suggested that maybe around the 18th or 19th of September there may be a little relief. We'll look at that. There are more signs in the global models. We may be 10 days away from at least some relief. We'll check that out as well. The latest from the tropics as well on your morning weather briefing. Quiet in our neighborhood right now, but we note that frontal system up in the Midwest with showers and thunderstorms out ahead of it, some of which could be locally severe in that region ahead of that front later on today. But for us, the big dome of high pressure in the upper levels of the atmosphere, this is up at 20,000 feet, continues to protect us, and that keeps us not only hot, but also generally dry. As we look at future radar, it's hard to find any specks of rain on our radar for the next couple of days. It's going to be mostly dry for at least a few days, and you can see the showers and thunderstorms over the Midwest that'll be affecting that region out ahead of the front during the day today. So mostly sunny and hot today. We had 97 yesterday. I think we'll be around 96 today, but the humidity, fairly tolerable. Tonight's low 69. Winds out of the southwest at 4 to 8 miles per hour. Looking ahead, tomorrow's map shows the front trying to make it to around, let's say, between St. Louis and Little Rock, still to the northwest of Alabama. Coming into the state Sunday, will increase the showers and thunderstorm chances to about 30% as the front settles down between Birmingham and Montgomery, then south of Montgomery on Monday. Again, scattered showers and thunderstorms, 30% chance. I don't think it's going to be widespread. Then on Tuesday, the front starts to fizzle out, and that's the end of that. There is a front back behind it, but that front I don't think is going to help us too much. It may stop before it gets here. Meanwhile, out in the tropics, I see a few disturbances, one out in the Caribbean, one in the islands or just before the islands, and one in the far eastern Atlantic. It's the one in the far eastern Atlantic that the National Hurricane Center has about a 60% chance of developing over the next 5 days as it continues moving off to the west-northwest. We'll keep an eye on that for you. As we look at the European forecast out 10 days, we're noting the blue bars at the bottom, and we're seeing a spike in the chance of showers and thunderstorms as we get into the early part of next week with that frontal system, which will be stalling. And as we look at the European temperatures out 10 days, it shows that the hottest temperatures will actually spike over the next 3 days, and then it levels out a little bit next week, but not much. We don't see much relief next week, but as we look farther down the road, and we can do that on the other global model, the GFS, the American model, showing that around the September 18th and beyond through the 23rd, we see the temperatures backing off a few degrees in the daytime and nighttime hours, so maybe a little relief from a couple of fronts down the road. Let's hope so. I inadvertently left the football graphic out of today's video. I showed it to you yesterday. I'll show it to you again tomorrow. But basically, we're looking for good weather for all the games in the state of Alabama this weekend, including the big game in Tuscaloosa, which starts at 2:30, with temperatures starting in the low 90s and ending up in the 80s. And the game in Auburn, which starts at 6:30, with temperatures starting in the 80s and falling into the 70s, okay? Hey, I'll be live on the radio this morning at 6, from 6 to 9, on NewsTalk 93.1 with Greg, Jay, and LaDonna. I'll be on BAMA Country with Christy and Bubba, and also your forecast all day long on the 8 radio station group, which is Blue Water Broadcasting. A live update at 11 o'clock this morning from our studio, our television studio in there, at RichThomasWeatherNetwork.com from the Blue Water Weather Center, and another video for you tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock, just before I get on an airplane out of here, and we'll have that for you tomorrow. So have a great day today, and I'll see you later.
Rich Thomas Weather.